Hello students, welcome to Solo Chem Lab, where chemistry is simplified. On the board we have a UTME problem to be solved. The problem gives us an equation. CXHY reacts with oxygen to produce CO2 and steam, as you can see on the board. And so we are told the hydrocarbon CXHY in the equation above is, some options are given. We are supposed to pick the correct option: propyne, propanone, propyne, propyne, propane, propyne, and then propanone. Which one is the correct option? First of all, we need to balance this equation. And for us to balance the equation, we have to make sure that the number of atoms of each element on the reactant side is equal to the number of atoms of that same element on the product side. That is what is meant by balancing of a chemical equation. But again, let me ask JAM students, JAM bites, have you heard about hydrocarbons? What is a hydrocarbon? This compound on the board, CXHY, is called a hydrocarbon. What does that mean? A hydrocarbon is a compound which contains carbon and hydrogen only. A hydrocarbon is a compound, is an organic compound which contains hydrogen and carbon only. That's why it is called a hydrocarbon. And from what you can see on the board, the X and the Y are subscripts. They are omitted. We do not know if it is 2 or 3 or 4, if this X is equal to 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. And then the Y, we do not know if it is 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. We do not know. We are going to find out. And when a hydrocarbon combusts, when a hydrocarbon is burnt in air, when it reacts with oxygen like this, two products are given, only two products. And those products are CO2, that's carbon dioxide, and steam, as you can see. If we're able to balance this equation, it is easy for us to find out what the subscripts are. Now let's balance the equation. On the right hand side, we have coefficient 3. Are you following? There's a subscript here. There's a small number here called subscript. It is invisible. It is 1, a default. Do you understand? 3 times 1. What's your answer? 3. If 3 times 1 is 3 for carbon on the product side, it means on the reactant side, this subscript must be 3. So I have C3. Is that clear? What about the small number here, the subscript Y? What does it stand for? Let's get it from the product side as well. From the product side, we have, attached to this steam, we have coefficient 2. 2 times this subscript here. 2 times 2. 4. That's 4 atoms of hydrogen on the product side. It means that on the reactant side, there must be 4 atoms of hydrogen. So I'm going back here now. This Y should be 4. So here I'm going to put H4. Do you understand? The next thing is this compound, this hydrocarbon, whose chemical formula is C3H4. What structure does it have? It is from the structure that we will now know whether it is propanone, propyne, propane, or propyne. When you were in SS1, do you remember when your teacher introduced bonding? Your teacher taught you how you can write the formula of a hydrocarbon like this. Let's try it. C3 means 3 atoms of carbon, so we are going to have C, single bond, C again, single bond. We have gotten the 3 atoms of carbon. The next thing is 4 atoms of hydrogen. So we are going to start with this. Hydrogen is here. Hydrogen is here. How many atoms? 2. Hydrogen here. How many atoms? 3. And then another hydrogen here. How many atoms of hydrogen now? 4. H4. So we stop at that. But remember, do you still remember the rule of stable octet? The rule of stable octet says that when you have a compound in which atoms are covalently bonded, that each atom of carbon there or each atom of any other element must have 8 electrons around it. So let's check. You remember that single bond means 2 electrons. Is that clear? 2 here, 2 here, and then 2 here. So for this carbon, how many electrons are around it? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this carbon is satisfied. While the hydrogen atoms are also satisfied in terms of their doublet structure. What about this carbon? Let's find out. We have 1, 2 around this, and then 3, 4 around it. Is it up to 8? No. What about the other carbon? Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it up to 8? No. So we need more bonds between these 2 carbon atoms. Let's make it a double bond and check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it up to 8 around this? No. So we need a third bond. That is triple bond. Let's check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then 7, 8. How many electrons are around this carbon atom now? How many? 8. So it's stable now. It's satisfied. What about this carbon? Please help me count. Are you ready? Go ahead. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For this other one. So this is the structure of this compound, the CXHY, which we have called C3H4. This is the structure. What then is the name of this compound? If there were no triple bond, if there were single bonds all through, we are going to pick ANE ending. Single bonds all through, that is saturated hydrocarbons. The alkanes, ANE ending will be the name, the suffix. If there were a double bond here, it will be propyne. Do you understand? Double bond, propyne. But because we have triple bond, it's going to be propyne. Triple bond goes with YNE. YNE suffix. Propyne. Do you understand? And so the correct option is C, propyne. It is not propanone. Propanone has carbon-oxygen double bond. But here, do we have any carbon-oxygen double bond as the functional group? No. The functional group here is carbon-carbon triple bond. So the correct option here is option C, propyne. That is the IUPAC name of this compound. Do you understand? Do you have any question on this? You can drop the question at the comment section. I will look at it subsequently. Thank you, students.